G'day everyone, welcome back to Harper's Shed. My name's Tim, and like you might have seen at the end of the last video, we're going to do some work on this old girl. So this is an old single-cylinder military engine that a buddy of mine gave me a challenge to try and get it running. So he doesn't know the last time it was ran. He pulled it out of his father's shed quite some years ago, and it's just been sitting at his. So don't really know what we're going to find, but dig into it and see if we can get it running. So here's the little tacker in question. This got given to me by mate. There's all the bits and bobs. It's manufactured Continental Motors. Works out to be, what was it, 8 cubic inches. So 4-stroke. Probably would have been, judging by it, either a generator or perhaps a pump. 0 oil in it, and it's not the right dipstick anyway. I'm only really looking over this for the first time. It's been sitting, it looks like a governor lever. There'll be, my guess is points under there. It's well and truly old enough for points. Did it have a manufacture date on it? Or a date of anything? Date manufactured. 64. That's older than I thought it would be. Cool. So, yeah. As I said, just sort of looking at it now for the first time. Full start, obviously. Ow! Ow! Don't put your finger in there. It'll get stuck. We've got... Oh, there's not much compression there. A little bit. Oh. Ooh. I don't even know if this is going to be worth doing. We're going to have a look at getting it running, but if we can't, that's all bottom end play. So, we'll have a look at getting it running. If we can't, I'm going to strip it down and see exactly why it's so ordinary. There's a bit to figure out here. So, I'll get set up and start pulling some bits off and have a look and see what we can find. Alright, so I think probably our first place to start, or take you off. It's obviously not locked up. Here's the tiniest hint of compression. It is really rattly in the bottom end. I think we might pull the plug. What do we got there? So these are old military style plugs. Well, not old. Oh, I don't even know if they still use them, to be honest. But they're supposed to be a fully sealed sort of setup. Alright. That was tricky. I just had to try and find a plug socket that'll do it. That's not terrible. Not too bad. It's pretty clean. There we go. Pretty clean. It's all there, which is good. Drop down in there. Might be worth setting up a drill and giving her a spin and seeing if we've even got spark. It's probably a good place to start. I'm not hopeful, but we'll see. Alright. Try and get somewhere with a bit of bare steel to it, perhaps. I don't want to hang on to it. I hate hanging on to things that are going to zap me. Nope. Oh, hang on. Something across the... Oh, hang on a minute. It's a bit of carbon. It's actually bridging the... Try that. Nothing. Alright. That bottom end's doing some serious banging and clanging. Whoop, get over here. So, I'm going to say there's points under here. There we go. Alright. Well, yeah. They're not happy. See if I can get you in close enough to have a look. So, that's them. Oop. They are really cruddy. Really cruddy. So, let's get a bit of paper. And we'll give them a sand and see if anything changes. Alright, and after a ridiculous amount of time spent trying to find paper, look, very green. Very green. Hope I'm gonna get my head down in there. Take it off. They're not even close to touching square either, so. Give me a second. I might readjust them so that they sit a bit better. Now that I've pulled the and reduced the gap, like a lot. Oh, gap's not closing at all. Alright. Points are cleaned and adjusted. I'm going to get some pliers. I just don't like getting whacked. There we go. Insulated pliers. Can we see? Ooh, we can see. Oh, there's spark. It's not fantastic, but it's there. See if we spin it a bit quicker. Oh yeah. Big healthy spark. Winning. Alright. Let's pull the drain plug on this. Make sure there is no oil in it. And then I think we'll put a bit of fuel down the top and see if she coughs. There's the drain plug. There's the drain plug. Although the bottom end sounds like it's well and truly done for, I'd rather not kill it for the sake of throwing a bit of oil in it. Let me just crack that. See if anything comes out. No. Oh, that looks healthy. Alright, well, I've got some old oil here. Well, not old oil, new oil, just old. That makes sense. Let's, what do we got there? It's just an open port there, open to the crankcase. Ah, I think that might be a cam lobe for a fuel pump. I think. Oh, I think that maybe we don't have a bottom end issue. Maybe we don't, but there's an eccentric lobe in there that you're never going to see, which I think might be for an external fuel pump. A lot of military stuff, they tend to be very self-contained and very mechanical, just for reliability, especially when you start talking this old. So we're going to see how much oil comes flying out of there when we run it, but dump a bit of oil in it. Might just nip that back up. That'll do. Oil, fuel, see what happens. Alright. Flavour is 1540 mineral oil. Don't know why I bother cleaning it, but you know, why not? Won't do any harm. Don't really know how much to put in it either, given that our dipstick's not exactly original. Where's our sump? I'm going to say probably up to the sump line, which would be probably about to the F. I think that'd be pretty damn close. Some's got to be better than none, right? Which is what we had before, so I'll fill that up. We'll bring you back when we're ready to throw some fuel in it. Alright. Just a little bit of two-stroke. That'll do. Had a bit of a look and the piston doesn't look too scuzzy and the bore doesn't look terrible. You know we've got good spark. Put that in there. We'll nip up. I don't have a tube spanner long enough to get onto that, so that's a bit of a pain. Come on. There we go. Righto. What do we think? I will be very surprised if it doesn't run. Very surprised. Where's the big drill? We ready? Straight up! Oh, I undid the thing. Oops. Drill failed. Oh, I think I'm going to end up undoing that nut. Let's try again. That did actually pop. I wonder if we can get far enough down the intake with you. Ooh, yeah. That'll do it. The backfires is going to make a hell of a flame. This isn't going to work. Every time it pops, it just wants to throw the drill out of my hand. I wonder if I don't set up a rope. Give me a second. I'm going to go and set up a pull starter. Alright. Where are we going? That way? Yep. So here we go. Hopefully I don't end up pulling it off the bench. This should give me something to do anyway. I'm going to pull my shoulder out. Oop. Still rattly. Where would we go that way? I'll put a little bit extra fuel down it again. Actually, we might. It's got some fuel down it, so there's some lubrication up there. Let's give it a little bit of a hit with some really flammable stuff. Righto. Oh. This is why they went away from ripcords like this, you see? You just... It's hard to do. Well, let's go back to this. See if we can't clear it out. Oh, that does not sound fun in there. That was banging and clanging everywhere. I mean, physically run, yeah. How long for? Who knows? Oh, that sounds bad. Let's go again. Sure. Why not? Oop. Get you back on there. We're trying a little bit two-stroke back down it. Did I undo the nut? Oh, I didn't undo the nuts. That's a bonus. Plenty of that. Let's try again. We still recording? Because we should be. Yep. Right up. It's scary. Oop. Scary doing this. I get a feeling I sheared a keyway. Something unhappy went. Let's undo that nut. Find out what happened. Go find me socket. Socket went flying. Right, let's regroup. I know, just took the nut off. It was loose, obviously. Hopefully there's just a keyway. Yeah, okay. I sheared the key. Alright, that's not the end of the world. I can make a new key. That's all it did. So you can see the key. See the key down in there. And it's just sheared off. Which is lucky, really. I would have been really disappointed if I had have munched the internal of that. Because that wouldn't have been good. But let's clean that up. I think that key has been on the way out for a while. Clean that up. I'll make up a new key. I don't know if it's a Woodruff or it is a Woodruff. So I don't know about that bottom end. We'll get that out of there, see if I've got a key. We'll keep moving. Bit of time with a file and a axle later. New key. It is actually key steel. I had the file down, so that's 1/8 of an inch thick. And I had a bit of quarter key steel, so anyway, bit of time with the file. I'm just really happy that my stupidity didn't mar up the taper or anything. So that's it, that's in. Back on the taper. So we get the, is that the spring washer? No, where'd the spring washer go? Oh man. I'm relatively sure there was one. No, that's not it. Give me a second, I'll find the washer. I've put it somewhere. Alright, how many people saw that it was sitting right there and didn't let me know? So, let's go get that back together. And I think we're not going to do that again because, yeah, okay. We know it physically will run. And the reason it took off like that as well, and essentially revved right out, is there's no restriction on the intake. And I've given it a whole heap of fuel, so when it's picked up, when it's actually ignited and ran, it's like it's running at wide open throttle. So, you know, there's no restriction, there's no butterfly in the intake. It's going to get as much air as it can possibly draw because I've thrown so much fuel down its throat. It's basically at a massively wide open throttle fuel mixture. So, that's a little carb I had lying around. Is there a breed on it? It's a Cayenne. No idea on the size. About that. Oh, hang on. I got verniers. Let's get scientific. 17 mil it is. So, I don't know. Doesn't bolt up, which is not surprising, and it's still on the angle like that, which is not ideal. So someone's made this at some point to adapt down to something. I mean, it's about the right size ball. But I think we're going to take advantage of this nice solid block. So we're going to cut the snub off. It'll still bolt through with these bolt holes, and then we'll just drill and tap. Because it's offset enough, we'll just drill and tap our new bolt holes for this carb. And see how it goes. Is it going to run properly? I don't know, but it should be a darn sight better than what we just did. there we have one expertly adapted carby. So I also, yeah, as you can see, I just drilled and tapped the second one in there, got the thing sitting, you know, more or less level to the machine. It's a little bit, you know, a little bit that way, but not the end of the world. I also put a throttle return spring on it, just dug through my box of springs, and a idle stop screw because I didn't have one. So I'd like to just get this thing to sit here and idle, and that's probably a good way to control the idle RPM. The choke I'm not really worried about too much just yet. So I'm going to just pull the bottom off the fuel separator, and I'll probably might as well pull the bottom off the car because no idea about any of it. Should have cleaned it, but I didn't. And then we can put our juice in there and fill up the bowl, and I think we'll just try it with the ripcord. Might bust my shoulder out, but it's going to be a darn sight safer than the drill. Okay. Just give it a bit of a tweak. Pretty solid. Went through, filled it up, and the float stopped me, so that was good. So we're gonna give this a go. I've got the throttle just cracked. And we might just do that, just for good measure. Give this thing as many turns as I can, so the plugs hook back up. Don't really know how I'm going to stop it. If I need to, we'll choke it out. There we go. If I need to, I'll choke it out. Alright. Ready? That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. So there's a kill button on the other side that grounds out the contacts for the points. Why was that? I'm doing that again. We might just... We'll fill the bowl back up. That sat there and idled. There was no choke on that. Oh, that's ridiculous. I didn't even pull that hard. I just gave it a bit. Whoop, don't do that. Is that the right way? Yep, right way. I got nothing. That's insane. It actually doesn't even sound that bad either. Now it's running. Alright, we ready? Oh, try again. Right, give it a helping hand. Oh, the choke closed on me. Right. Ready? I am genuinely astounded. That thing runs like an absolute champ. Well, I don't know. Video done. What more am I supposed to do? That thing's wicked. There we go. I might clean some of these fins. We got a little bit of warmth, So there's no cooling at the moment because this front cowl's not on. As the blades spin, they draw air up through the cowl. And I'll put you back in the stand so I can explain a bit easier. So yeah, there's no cooling going over the fins at the moment. I mean, they're pretty blocked up anyway, but as the flywheel spins, it draws air in and up and out and pushes it over the cooling fins and down the back. So, yeah, obviously we don't want to run it too long. I didn't even make up a gasket between the carby. I went, yeah, well, we'll see. That's insane. That is insane. Alright, all back on. Had some even little brass screws I threw in there, so that'll be good for the cooling. Fill the bowl back up. That's it. Like that. Fire him up and just let him idle, I suppose. Kind of shakes the bench a bit much when I when I rev it up, so I'm still impressed at how well it starts. Mind you, we are helping it a bit, but I don't know, choke's open. And we're out of fuel. There we go. That's impressive. However, if I might say, that bottom end knock is getting a lot worse, so I think we might just leave it as she runs. I'm impressed, that carburetor's pretty close. Revs up nice anyway, but anyway, there we go. So, what are we, 64 again, so 1964. As I said, the butt I got it off, he pulled it out of his father's shed, and absolutely no, I couldn't even give you a rough date on how long since that thing's ran. So, yeah, that's impressive. Anyway, let me know if there's any more information or anything like that anybody knows, and put a few more details on it if anybody's got any ideas, but I'm pretty impressed, so cool. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.